Hey, welcome to JM Unleashed. It is February 4th, 2026, about 11 p.m. Eastern. We've got Neil's Han Dynasty in the house. Hey, Neil. He says, I think the big banks have lost control of their manipulation and someone else has it. I agree 100% with that. I think that what's happened is the banks have been shorting silver and they've been losing their freaking shirts on it. And I think that they've been bailed out. Bailed out was certain. I think the government, one way or the other, or some government agency, actually, uh, through a friend of a friend of a subsidiary of a friend subsidiary, you know what I mean, got funded with billions and billions of dollars, and they've shorted the freaking market to help the bullion banks get out of their short positions. For anyone just joining in, welcome in. I'm already hitting information really quick right off the bat. This chart we're looking at is daily candles. So that means each of these green or red candle looking formations represent 1 day of trading. And this large candle here was last Friday. And my understanding is that last Friday, uh, approximately 2 years worth of global mining supply of physical silver was traded, shuffled, you know, the old shell shuffle thing, markets day, 2 years of mining supply. Now, if that's not panic on their end, I don't know what is. But that's no reason for any of us to panic. Um, unless you support the bullion banks. Hey, Red Pill, Deplorable Kulag, uh, everybody, Silver Shelby. So this chart is actually live, and it is showing the run up that we've had. I did it on daily. I wanted it to show that nice run up that we had, so you guys can get an idea. This a big smackdown here too, where people started questioning their resolve, and I know a lot of people actually sold out here, right around the $80 US per ounce mark, because so many people. Uh, I know a lot of people that were selling at 30 because they didn't think it was ever going to get above 30, and they were like, "Oh, if it ever hits 30, I'm out." I'm not one of those people, but I am one of the people that does definitely agree. It was really running hot, and for us to have a meaningful correction uh, makes sense. Now, to me, like a 20 or 30% drop is probably sufficient, but that would bring us about here. So we're actually looking at almost a 40% drop, uh, but it's not breached the $70 US per ounce mark. So I kind of think uh, it's tested. It's tested that if well, we're on our third time. Yeah, this is heavy duty manipulation, guys. Um, Heavy duty is very significant. Each of these candles represents 1 day of trading, as you can see. Last Friday, um, that candle there, the high was 1849, and the low was 73.30, 83, 9, 103, 113. That's a $45 per ounce hit in 1 day. And it took 2 years worth of mining supply paper to make that happen. We have had a bit of a bounce back, and now it's actually retesting that again. Uh, but just look at these candles. Like last Friday, 1 day of trading, The price discrepancy makes up for months and months and months of trading. So this is not normal trading. This is not normal supply and demand. I know it's easy to, say, oh, it's just the economics of it, but I'm not buying it. I could be wrong, and this is not financial advice, but to me, it's extraordinarily clear that these prices are being manipulated. They had to let it run for a bit because the pressure was too hot. But that's where we're at. Hey, Indy, welcome in. Deplorable says, I hope they don't do this to the housing market. Watching Bitcoin go, yeah, Bitcoin's getting hammered too. And then watching silver and gold go down. I don't like this, guys. I just don't like this. Yeah, it can make a lot of people feel uncomfortable, for sure. There's very, very dark forces at. Hey, what happened there? That was weird. Something just happened. I think we're still good. So now, for you guys that know me, I'm the type of guy I like to buy low and hold high. And so I just wanted to show you because I've shown these indicators before on the way up. And a big part of the reason I'm doing this live stream is because I don't want um, new subscribers that I got from when the price was rocketing up to think that I'm only going to go live and cover it when it's running. I've got no problem covering it when it's getting beat up too. I've seen it before, but I want to show you these moving averages, which I've done before on the way up. And so it's just as valuable to see them on the way down. So we're just going to do simple moving averages with the inputs are going to be 50 and 200. And I'm going to make them fatter than the other. Okay, so the dark purple, thick blue line is, oh, that's 9 days. It's supposed to, I actually want it to be 50. Actually, let's make that one 200. Why is it doing that to me? Oh, I see. Okay, so it's got two of them in there. That's okay. And the 50-day will make that one be something other than green and red. We'll just make that black. There we go. And the other one. Sorry, guys. Let me reload this. Something glitched out on it. But it is important. I'm willing to stick with it. So we're switching this to daily. We're putting our indicators in, which are going to be 50 and 200. I don't know why that messed up there. Put two of them there. This first one is going to be 50. And I'm making that red. And the second one's going to be 200-day moving average. And we'll make that dark green. This one needs to be thicker still. There we go. So what we've got here now is this smooth red line is the 200-day moving average, and the smooth green line is, I'm sorry, smooth red is the 50-day average, and the green one is the 200-day moving average. This is significant. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Silver Short Hair Stacker, welcome in. We got 79 in the house. Yeah, Neil, I'm. Hey, see some blue line, and I want to paint it black. Right on. Okay, so this is significant here because when I'm looking at buying low and just letting it run, I like to buy when the price is below the 200-day and the 50-day moving average. And it hasn't done that in a long time with silver. It's not even coming close to this 200-day moving average. It's just finally recently breached this 50-day moving average, which I think is extremely bullish. Look at how long that's been, and it's just running away from those moving averages. You would have to be looking back in here, April of 2025, to see a point where the silver price actually really significantly breached both. See that right there? So it's just up, up, and away now. So as it's pulling away, as the price is pulling away from this 50-day and 200-day moving average, the probability increases more and more that it's going to snap back. And that's going to give people that didn't get in the market an opportunity to get in. Okay, so I'm going to keep these moving averages set at 50 and 200, but I'm going to switch it from daily to hourly. So now the red smooth line is 50 hours moving average price, and the green is 200 hours moving average price. And you can see here in this chart, so the blue line is the price of silver being charted live. We reached our sort of pinnacle all-time highs right around January 29th of this year. And in an orchestrated and dramatic fashion, the price is compressed from 120 back down to like 74. It's already bounced back to 92, but we're sitting at 76 right now. I do think that this is a potential buying opportunity for anyone that feels like they've missed the boat on uh, on the longer haul. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Maybe a good day for another American buffalo. Yeah. Well, and gold and silver have very, very high correlate directional correlation uh, in the short term and the long term. It's just that silver seems to have like a magnified correlation to whatever's gold's doing. PT, we've got Tia Nanas in the house. I just wanted to cover this silver price action as it's getting smacked down hard by the bullion banks. They suppress the price to keep the price low, not only on silver but also on gold, and that's to make the dollar look stronger. But we're seeing there's a huge, they call it arbitrage, but it's like a price discrepancy. If you look at the physical prices in Asia, especially China, compared to in the West, The physical prices are trading at about 20 to 30% higher there, and are tending to drag the prices up here in the West. But there's some significant downdraft happening right now. Um, and for anyone that doesn't know Tia Nana's, I know she's been stopping by my channel a little more often recently. She does lots of jewelry, hunting, and from time to time gets the sterling silver in there too. So I know this will be something relevant for anyone that's into precious metals or even just looking at jewelry. Okay, just for fun, let's look at 1 minute. So we'll look at the 1 minute price action on silver here, which is the blue, and the red line is the 50-minute moving average. Green is the 200-minute moving average. It has been smacked down big time. The chart looks like the game. Yeah. So like XRP's down, Bitcoin's down. A lot of things are down right now. But uh, when we go a little bit longer term and we look at the weekly, these are weekly candles now. I'll put it back as a blue line again. What you can see is really anybody that got into silver, let's even just say mid December of last year, is still up. Mid December last year, it was around 71 an ounce. It's 76 now. And the key is to see that upside potential. It actually doesn't show it when we've got just the mountain there. If we show the candles, you can see it actually jumped up to 120. So there's some heavy duty momentum outside. We've seen a smackdown, the proportions of which we've not seen in a long time ever. And so I just wanted to cover that and have that documented. Hey, Scrog, I said hi to you. Anthony. Yeah, there's stocks, there's other investment opportunities to make money. The idea with silver and gold is like hopefully in the long run, especially if you're holding it physically, that it's going to keep up with act as a hedge against inflation and also a hedge against digital um, overreach. All right. Hey, native. Yeah, like it can only keep running at that rate for so long. It was going parabolic. And for anyone like that knows me fairly well or has followed my channel, they know like I'm, I make my money in the pet services, walking dogs, and dog sitting. So for sure, I know there's going to be people that say, my dog walker said silver's doing really well. And there's an old saying in the investment business, when your mailman and dog walker won't start telling you that something's doing well, it's time to get out. But I know if 79 is still here, she'd probably say, JM, you should have listened to me all along. She said, get out while the going's good. But here's the truth, guys. I have not bought since it was like 40 an ounce, which would be back here. See if we can actually show it dropped um, below both. Like I like buying when it's below both. Like right there, I can guarantee you. Maybe I should pull out the receipts and show you. But this is still 50-day and 200-day moving averages back in April of 2025, and you can see it drop below both. And to me, that's a strong buy signal. And I've covered this in live streams and videos before. The same as I believe anytime it goes above both the 200 and the 50-day moving average, that's a decent time to sell if you need to sell and skim some profits out. Or supplement what else you've got going on. So right now, what's happening is it's just come down to the 50-day moving average. It's still not even close to the 200. And I got to say, there is a chance it could actually drop back to 50. And Salivate Metal was actually saying he thinks it might drop back to 50. And if it does that, I can guarantee you I'll be buying more at that point. But I really don't think that it will. I think it will pretty strong at 70. And I also think that we're going to see new all-time highs again in the next couple. I know uh, it can seem ridiculous at this point, but you got to look right here. August of 2025, we were at 40, and it went up to 120. So it did. It went up 200% since August of 2025 and before the Smackdown. That's just how volatile it's getting. Silver Shelby Stacker thinks it's not dropping below 60. Hey, why didn't it highlight that? Son of a. There we go. I was on a live stream recently with someone else that I really respect. You guys know him. I'm not going to name his name, but I guess he had been. He's another one of these guys that's been stacking silver for a long time, and he said that he sold out at around 75. This was a week or so ago. He said when it was really pumping, and I was thinking, "Oh man, you missed the boat." I didn't put that into chat. I didn't say that, but I was thinking that. But I can tell you right now, he's probably looking at this, and he might even be lurking at this very live stream, giggling about it, saying, "Oh my god, like yeah, I did. I got back. I got out at around the 70s and 80s, which would have been December of last year. And it ran up, and you'd be like, "Oh, I missed out." But sure enough, it can get smacked back down. So uh, if I hadn't already been in this game for a long time, I would definitely be looking at this as a buying opportunity, no doubt. Drops that steep are from large holders of futures collecting profits from their positions. They're hoping a rebound solidifies their holdings. I think that there was some very, very major entity that smacked us down to banks because many of the banks were short selling all the way up here. And I did a live stream even covering where TD Securities said that they started shorting at what 70 or something. And it just did nothing but go up. And I know they got stopped out of that and they burned big time. And a lot of them didn't get out as it was running up. And so now, with this big smackdown, that's providing them the opportunity to liquidate their short positions. It's not my audio 79, it's my voice. It's because you haven't let me sing. You haven't let me express the true spirit. 70. Hey Zardoz, good to see you. Come on, deplorable. All the way down to 30? Wow, that would be cool. It's not going to happen though, my friend. Um, if it does, it'll just be very, very temporary, similar to the way the oil prices got smacked down into the negative dollars, what, 2, 3 years ago. What is my audio messed up again? Here, I got to check something. Hold on, guys. Okay, that's super annoying because I've been having those issues on Restream, and I specifically did this on StreamYard to make sure I wouldn't have those freaking issues. Yeah, my auto cancellation's on. Everything's fine. It's clipping anyway. What do you do? So this is now 1 minute candles. The red is 50-minute moving average, and the green line is 200-minute moving average. Turn that off. Okay, I turned my echo cancellation off. If the audio doesn't resolve, I'll just shut it down. It really doesn't matter to me that much. I just wanted to cover this. I wanted to let you guys know. Um, I've got no problem covering the silver and precious metals markets, whether they're roaring or whether they're getting smacked down. I think the fundamentals and the case for stocking physical gold and silver remain intact. There's been a big smackdown, but hey, this chart here is just showing from 2025, the beginning of 2025 till now. You know, massive, massive run up. And the only way that you're down in value is if you bought in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 weeks. Anyone that bought in 2025 or earlier is still up. Yeah, that's weird. I had the um, echo cancellation on originally because I figured that's the default. I'm not sharing any audio. And so who knows? We've got it on stereo now. Hey, Tate, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Okay, so we've got those moving averages in there. Let's add in, we'll add gold in here as well. And then we'll shut it down. I just wanted to do a quick live stream covering this. Okay, so now gold is going to be the dark orange line. And you'll see that on the right here as XAU. Silver's the blue line. So it's still looking very, very bullish, guys. That's a weekly data point chart. We'll go to monthly just so you can see the longer term. We've still got silver up 403% since July 2019, and gold is up 246% since then, well above their 50 and 200-day moving averages. Fan-freaking-tastic. Deplorable Kulak says it may just be a pullback, but I don't know. That does not look good. That looks like catching a falling knife. Yeah, there's a common statement, catching a falling knife. And it sure does look like that, especially if you look at it on the shorter term. Where are we here? We're actually going to get rid of gold here now. Catching a falling knife. So what some people do to overcome that is they just buy on a regular basis. And then that way, anytime it drops, they're buying more. If it's a systematic amount, the same amount, say once a month or once a week or once every 2 months. When it's low, they're buying more, and when it's high, they're buying less. Very difficult to time the peaks and the troughs, but this chart's showing both. Our recent peak here of where we actually went over 120. Our recent trough here of around 71, and we're currently at 77. Funny thing is, when I go to my coin shop, they're sold out most of the time. I've been monitoring their website, and I've stopped in a few times, and they do get replenished. There are people selling, but it seems that as they get replenished, there's people coming in and buying it up. Let's look at 4 hours here. There, that's a little better. So now, to me, as long as we hold above 70, that is looking really good. Where, who was it? Someone said maybe it'll drop to 50. If it drops below 70, then there is a chance it'll keep going sideways and drop further. But I think that this is more or less a flash crash. It may last a week or so. But there's massive, massive volumes happening here. And a concerted effort to get this price down. Deplorable's question is, why do other items in the stock market look to follow the same trend line? Have you seen what other stocks, the big seven, are doing? It looks like the same trend lines. Yeah, well, that's because big money moves in waves. And when money comes out of one thing, it goes into something else. So it depends what you're looking at. But yeah, when when there's a major uncertainty out there, you'll see a lot of cash will get sucked out of the financial markets, and it'll look like everything's red. And when everyone's bullish, you'll see almost everything's green. Deplorable says, I don't think that graph has a proper representation of the physical. I don't think that has a graph that you should pay attention to. Yeah, this is just the spot price. And it for sure does not mean everything. But it is an indication because the spot price is what industrial buyers and sellers are trading on, and speculators are trading on. It is different than the retail market, though, for sure. Right? When you're buying on the retail market, that's a totally different price. And you can even go to online bullion dealers and they'll have a different spot price than the actual spot price. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, so I wanted to put this out there just so you guys can see I'm covering it. I'm not spooked by it at all. We've hardly just touched the 50-day moving average. It hasn't busted below that explosively, but it has breached it 3 times right here. It has breached the 50-day moving average, but it seems to be bouncing off of it. If it drops below this green line, which is the 200-day moving average, then I would say that's a very, 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 very strong buy, which would be about right. Right? I don't really see myself buying more unless it drops below 50 US. For the most part, I stopped buying once it got above 30. Hey, Gerald, welcome in. Yeah, don't sell your physical, exactly. Agreed. Hey, Ali. Ali says everything's crashing. The money ain't going anywhere. It's ridiculous how they're crashing metals to load up before the Big Bang crash. Yeah, I think it's going to melt up again. There's the most optimistic that I've heard is that silver's going to 500 in the next couple of years, which would be, about a 7x move from here. About 7 times your money if it went to 500. I think it might take more like 5 or 10 years to get there, but you never know. It can move really fast, up and down. But what I'm confident about is the long-term trajectory is up, because we're pricing this in U.S. dollars, and the U.S. dollar is not backed by gold or silver. Okay, there we go, guys. I know Creek Squad's live right now. If any of you guys, any of my mods can drop Creek Squad's link in the chat, that would be cool. We can go raid him. It's kind of a casual spot there. There's community chat, music, whatnot. I'm going to stop by there for a bit. I've completely lost my voice here. I don't know how or why, but I did. So stay tuned, guys. And here, let's see. Oh, there we go. Indy got it. Well done, Indy. Yeah, here it is. Here, Creek's live, guys. Let's go over there. We'll go say hi to him. Especially if you guys like music and karaoke.
No, ma'am. I've got to. Damn it, Creek. I know what I did wrong.
See everyone's there. I do all sorts of stuff.
I never.
It's crazy.
Fuck, and I can't go back on.
So it's okay.
Creek's
KP, my Louisiana brother. Good to see you, friend.
So funny. You're so romantic.
If you guys want to have fun, click that link that Indy hit. I'll see you guys there.
We're here to bitch and complain. Okay, where do
Ciao.
I begin?